You know how we coming?
Before I get to Edgar Berlanga, it was a really sad night for Philadelphia, Pennsylvania fighters last night. I mean, Philadelphia went out just sad. First, Stephen Cool Boy Steph got dropped in his fight. Don't really care, I was not watching. Then Danny Garcia fought the 41-year-old Edgar Lara.
Danny Garcia turned into a coward.
But at the end of round number 9, Danny Garcia got dropped for the first time in his career. I always thought if I saw Danny Garcia get dropped that I would expect the man to get up, bite down on that mouthpiece, and go to war. Angel Garcia basically threw in the towel for Danny, and Philadelphia went out sad again. But y'all know the era that we live in now, this is the era of the excuse in boxing. Danny Garcia did not give Edgar Lara his props. Instead, the man made excuses on Twitter. Danny Garcia talking about, I came off a 2-year layoff. I jumped up to middleweight and I tried to be great. I lost, but I'm a winner in life. I never been afraid to be great. I appreciate everybody for the love and support. I gotta disagree. Danny Garcia said that he never been afraid to be great. If that was true, he would have came out for round number 10. If Danny Garcia was not afraid to be great, he would have bit down on that mouthpiece and tried to be great and win the fight. Typical Philadelphia, Pennsylvania fighting.
Y'all some hoes. Y'all some hoes.
Ever since Danny Garcia moved up to 147, he has not won a big fight. All of Danny Garcia losses was when he stepped up in competition. He ain't beat nobody at 147, 154, and now 160. Danny Garcia, please retire.
He's a female.
The king of boxing Twitter, Mr. Ray Jackson, tweeted out, keep these Philadelphia, Pennsylvania fighters off my damn TV. I definitely agree. Philly just ain't cut like that.
Danny Garcia turned into a coward. The quitting from your first knockdown?
Facts from Mr. Blair Cobbs, and when you think about it, Blair Cobbs just might be the toughest fighter out of Philly. That says a lot.
It's a bunch of bullshit, but...
And respect to Caleb Plant, the man was in a tough fight with Mr. McCumbee. I never heard of Mr. McCumbee, but I know who the man is now. He dropped Caleb Plant early on in the fight. Caleb Plant downloaded the data, pressed Mr. McCumbee to the ropes, beat the man up, and ended up getting a stoppage. Respect to Caleb Plant, he got way more heart than Danny Garcia.
You know how we coming?
And y'all know on Southpaw TV, when I am wrong on my predictions, I'm wrong on my predictions. And I gotta admit, I was dead wrong on the prediction for the main event. Edgar Berlanga rose to the occasion. I gotta give props where props is due. I thought Edgar Berlanga was gonna fold. I thought that Edgar Berlanga was gonna bow down to Canelo Alvarez. Low-key, he kinda did, but then again, he didn't. Edgar Berlanga went toe-to-toe with Canelo Alvarez for the majority of the fight. The man ended up getting dropped in the 3rd round. I thought Edgar Berlanga was done after that knockout. Edgar Berlanga got up, bit down on that mouthpiece, and said, let's get it.
I'm a killer, bro.
Canelo Alvarez is 33 years old, but last night the man looked 43 years old. I must say he need to stop drinking. But everybody check out Canelo Alvarez thinking that he heard the bell. Edgar Berlanga sees that Canelo Alvarez was not paying attention and he ran up and snuffed the man. Protect yourself at all times.
You need to concentrate.
The story of this fight was that you had a veteran with 60-some fights and you had a young man trying to prove himself. At the end of the fight, Edgar Berlanga actually admitted that Canelo Alvarez was his idol. He didn't admit that during the whole build-up, but at the end of the fight, he basically gave Canelo Alvarez his respect, and he said, yo, I lost to Canelo, now I'm finna be a superstar. That might be right. I gotta admit, if Edgar Berlanga would've got knocked out in the 3rd round or 5th round, he wouldn't have got no respect, but I must say, Edgar Berlanga's stock definitely went up last night.
You know how we coming?
But based off everything I saw last night, I definitely could see why Canelo Alvarez wants 0 parts of David Benavidez. The Canelo from last night would get ran over by David Benavidez at 168. I see why Canelo wants no smoke with the Mexican/Ecuadorian monster.
Because he's a pussy, that's why.
Then you had Oscar de la Hoya hating on Twitter talking about, I told you so. You should have saved your hard-earned money. Hey, yo, Oscar de la Hoya, bro, I got my $90 worth. I was happy seeing Danny Garcia get stopped, and I was happy seeing Berlanga lose. I got my money's worth. I don't know about y'all.
You won the belt with nobody.
Terrence Bud Crawford tweeted out, "Put me in the game, coach." Looks like Terrence Bud Crawford seen a gang of things he could exploit versus Canelo Alvarez. Speaking of Terrence Bud Crawford, the man was with the biggest culture vulture in the sport of boxing last night, Mr. Turki Al-Ashiki. The man was at the UFC event. The UFC is so unknowledgeable about boxing that they thought that Terrence Crawford was Kendrick Lamar.
I'm going to boom them on camera.
And this is exactly what I mean about Mr. Turki Al-Ashiki, the biggest culture vulture in boxing. Stay the hell away from boxing and boxers. You don't know a damn thing about the sport.
Believe in Jesus.
And Canelo Alvarez personal belt holder, I'm talking about Teofimo Lopez, got checked by Bud Crawford last night. Teofimo Lopez been talking crazy on the internet. The man been talking crazy in interviews. So Terrence Bud Crawford went up to Teofimo Lopez and checked the man. Put his finger in his face and everything. Teofimo Lopez did not do a damn thing.
This nigga's scared.
But back to Edgar Berlanga. At the end of the day, the man posted this on Instagram, talking about two lions fighting for their country. I must say, I got a newfound respect for Edgar Berlanga. I thought the man would go out like Danny Garcia went out. Y'all know Danny Garcia soft as hell, he from Philly. But Edgar Berlanga showed that in his biggest moment, the man did not disappoint. He went all 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. Not a lot of guys can say that. Edgar Berlanga took Canelo Alvarez's best shots. He bit down on that mouthpiece. He showed that he got a little bit of a dog in his heart. Even if it's a chihuahua, he still got a dog in his heart.
Berlanga's a joke, man.
The big question now is, who do y'all want to see Edgar Berlanga fight next? I think he should fight Caleb Plant. That'll be a good fight. And who should Canelo Alvarez fight in May? I doubt it's gonna be David Benavidez. Based off everything I've seen, David Benavidez stops Canelo Alvarez. Let's see who Canelo Alvarez cherry picks in May. I bet you it's not gonna be David.
Berlanga's a joke, man. You know, to be honest, you know.
I was born ready. I was born ready. I was born ready.